Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'm doing a first impression gameplay video for Return of Warrior, ROW, 3D fantasy MMORPG. Now I'll spend about 5-10 minutes running around checking the game out and making some comments. If you guys want to play Return of Warrior or just learn more about it, just check out the full review on MMOHut.com on the link on the right sidebar. Now I usually mention the game's publisher, but the game is just published by itself right now. So let's just click connect. Now, a very brief history. Well, I'll say that later. I gotta select my nation over here. So there is a war going on between the Aklan and the humans. I'm gonna go with the humans because they look more normal. Now, this game used to be called Risk Your Life in Malaysia, but now it's being published in North America and worldwide as Return of Warrior. So if you've played the Malaysian version and you like Risk Your Life, you'll definitely like this upgraded version, as it has slightly more gameplay elements and a little bit better graphics actually. Now, I will make my character name Remote, and let's look at our character customization options. Male or female, as expected. Numerous hairstyles, about 5, but I know I like this one the best. You got the funky hair. Attire. Alright, I'm gonna go with the chainmail one over here. And we got Fighter, Rogue, Mage, Acolyte. So 4 playable classes early on, although you get a job advancement at level 10. And that branches off to at least 2 more classes per class you pick right now. And we can rotate. Awesome. Let's just... My hair is amazing. We're going with this. For sure. And we have Strength, Dex, Con, Int, and Wisdom. And you can see that +1 per level. So that means every time I level up, I'll gain bonus stats in the Strength and Con with this character. And I shall pump my Strength for optimal damage. Create our character. And let's log in. Now I'm going to take it that the 2 factions in the game are perpetually at war. So it is the game's PvP elements. Start. I am in Aldea Harbor, Grand Coast. And right off the bat, I can say the graphics are nothing too special. This area is pretty empty right now. There were 2 servers in the game though, so... Well, we just got a little lag over there. So it's not still empty. We see players running around. The game has 2 servers though. I believe I'm playing on Pon right now, which is a newer server. So it's expected to be a little bit more empty. I'm sure the other one has more players. And I can move with the WSAD. And I can look around with the mouse. Now, one really cool thing is if I click escape, I'm in the mouse mode now. I can play entirely with point and click. And you can kind of do whichever one you want. I think the WSD controls are a little bit nicer because it's more action oriented, because you can just left click to attack and you manually have to attack every time. And these guys with these little scrolls over their heads are quest givers. They have quests for me, but I'm not going to grab it right now. Instead, I'm going to go run right outside town and start grinding, because that's what you're supposed to do. And actually, this is a very much grind oriented game, because there's actually very few quests in the entire game. And the quests that, a few of the quests usually just involve going from point A to point B over and over again. Especially your job change quest. That's just a pain because it just has you running around all over the place. And again, combat is really fast paced actually. My guy can swing his sword real fast. I don't know how he does that. When he gets real close, he just swings like a beast. Let him go. And you can loot with E. I'll kill this orange one. He's a little bit harder. And depending on what color the monster names are, it's how difficult the monster is. And this is a system that's been around for a long time. It's good that every game uses it though. It makes it easy to tell what you should attack and what you shouldn't attack. So if it's in red, stay away. Let's kill more of these Ishiman villagers. Now where this game really shines is its variety. It has 14 playable classes, although only 4 are available early on. Once you get your first job advancement, you can choose more. Like you can get stuck on this barrel. Kill the Ishiman villager. Now the graphics aren't anything special like I said, but they work surprisingly well, and it can run fine on an older computer. Although it still has some, demanding requirements. You need a minimum Pentium 4 with 1 gig RAM. And I'd imagine a game like this would run a lot smoother on older machines, because it's many years old now. I'm gonna say at least 4 years old. Although it does support widescreen resolution, I guess which is worth mentioning, because a lot of older games are stuck with usually 1 or 2 resolutions, and usually not widescreen. My first complaint right off the top of my head is this on the top left. You can see my HP and my MP bar. It looks very primitive. And while I'm in this mode, it's kind of hard to go to my inventory. If I bring up my inventory, I can move around with my mouse. But again, I just quickly lost control of my mouse because it went right back into first person mode. The mouse. So if I want to equip a sword, I literally have to just stop what I'm doing, click I, and then equip it. Because if I start moving, like you'll see me move now, I lost my cursor. And I can't do what I want to do in my inventory screen. And that applies for the quest screen, the skill screen, and all other screens in the game. And that can get really annoying real fast. And I guess the best way, it's hard to explain it, but once you get to the game and you're playing this game, you'll know what I'm saying. And you can quickly see how much experience you get per monster you kill. I'm only getting 33 experience for these Ishimon hunters. And as a warrior, experience rate is really slow early on. I think if you play mage, you'll level up a little bit faster. Because as a warrior, I have to go up front and personal with these dudes. And if you're playing a mage, you can kite the monsters pretty easily. And killing higher level monsters is rewarding. And you can see how slow these guys are, so it would be very easy to kite them. Because look how slow this guy is. He just gave up. He's done. You know he can't catch me. So yeah, it's a lot easier to play a ranged class because you can just abuse the AI's stupidity. And that lets you kill like red monsters very easily. Because you can just keep blasting them from a distance and running away. And that's for an archer or a mage. Mages can become either I believe mages can either become enchanters or I forgot the other class, but I know fighters can become warriors or defenders. Defenders being the more defensive class, more supportive class, the tank class, while the warrior does more damage. And I'm doing very low damage early on. I need a new weapon stat. And one thing definitely worth mentioning is weapons and equipment in this game is, wow, the screen gets grayer as you're about to die. And I'll sit down. C sits down. One thing I want to remind you, in almost any one of these Asian MMORPGs, K almost always opens the skill menu. I don't know why. It's just universal with these games. So K opens the skill menu. L usually opens the quest menu. I don't know why they come up, but it opens the inventory over here. Let's just pop up. Oh, this guy over here healing me. Thanks. Cool guy. I'm gonna kill none of these bulkies. Oh, I lost both my weapons. Again, like I said, you can't move and equip your weapon at once. At least in that one game mode. If you click escape and go to the mass mode, then it's a little bit easier. So I got a new axe over here, 14 to 16 damage. You can equip two weapons at once, that's why. This is 8 to 12. I like 20 to 20. Let's use the 20 to 20. I like that. Weapons and equipment are an enormous part about this game. And the weapon and item system in the game is almost like Diablo 2 in that monsters drop randomized equipment. You can find stuff from F grade to A grade, and depending on what grade it is, the better stats it has. And it has a lot of variable stats as well, because it can be like C class plus 2, C class plus 3, or F class, or it varies in stats, and it's almost randomized, which is really nice. And it really matters what weapon you use, because right now I have a terrible weapon, and if I picked up a nicer weapon off one of these dudes, and I lucked out with a nice rare piece of equipment, it'd be much easier to level up. So as a warrior, I'm very, very equipment dependent. I can bring up the map, and the world does feel really massive. It's a big place to explore, and I'm only in the Grand Coast right now, one area. No, my screen's going gray. I'm dying. Unfortunately, though, there aren't too many players here, and the game's interface is quite old now. It's still not a bad game for an older title, especially since the action-oriented gameplay is pretty fun. I mean, the combat mechanics are probably where the game shines the most, but the lack of quests and very grind-oriented gameplay definitely takes away from the experience. I mean, it does get a little boring killing these hunters over and over again and just grinding. I got a mace. It's D class plus 2, so I should check that out. Let's see what I got. 24, no, that's my endurance on it. Endurance is basically your durability. I don't know why they call it endurance. They just have some poorly translated English text, but that's to be expected. Let's kill more of these Ishimon hunters. Now they're great, so they're very easy for me to kill, but you still get experience from them. It's not like after a while you'll just never get experience from them. And for PvP options, you can duel people, you can have guild battles and faction battles. There's actually a guild versus guild event, I believe, every week. It lasts about 2 hours, where it's a fortress battle. It's some interesting stuff, but it's not really available early on, and you have to really work for it. And experience rate is not fast at all. It's actually pretty slow. Even early on, it'll take you at least an hour to get to your first job advancement at level 10. Although there are some daily, XP events going on that boost your experience and drop rate for a good amount of time every day. I think it only lasts about an hour, but if you play during those hours when they have events going on, you can level up a little bit faster. But it's cool that the game has those regularly scheduled events that boost your experience gain. Maximum MP and let's see my stats, because I didn't level up my stats yet. I can escape, pull up my status menu. I get 2 bonus points every level. I can distribute them to my 5 stats. I have Strength, Dex, Con, Int, and Wisdom. But if I put points in Strength, it takes 2 of my attribute points because it's my main stat. If I put points into anything else, it only takes 1. So you actually may be worth, for a warrior, it's good to pump your Dex because it only takes 1 stat point, while the other ones take 2. So let's kill some more stuff. I really like the game's combat-oriented gameplay though, because it's action-oriented. Kill this guy over here. Again though, the grind really does start weighing in on you later on, and especially early on because you have access to very limited skills. You actually have 1 skill up until your job advancement. I can equip it now. I should have done it earlier, but I forgot about it. I forgot I had skills in this game. And you only have 1 combat skill, and it has a 20-second cooldown, I believe, so it doesn't. Now, as for the game's skill system, you basically need to buy skill books in town from your trainer and from other players. The trainer only sells a low-level skill book, so it's just a hassle to buy from other players. I am running out of time, guys, though, so if you guys want to play Return of Warrior or just learn more about it, check out our full review on MMOHut.com. I'm looking at the right sidebar. Later, guys.